Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to an episode of Small Town USA. So if you recall from the previous episode, we were harvesting this field and we left the straw on the ground so we could pick it up at a later date, and today is that date. I got the Mass Ferguson 7700 there with the Kuhn baler. This of course has the wrapper on the back, but when you are wrapping straw, it's called IntelliWrap apparently. Never knew that. When you're baling straw, I should say, it doesn't actually wrap it. So let's see how this all works together. And it always helps when you turn it on. Oh, that's interesting. Drive control doesn't work with this. Curious. There we go. So like I said, we're going to do a little bit of baling today, because that is what we said we were going to do. And what we'll do is stop at 100%. There we go. What will happen is it'll automatically unload the bale into the second part there. And then you have to manually unload it, which is just the Y button, of course. But you can kind of continue baling, but you can't really continue that far, honestly. So I have it set so the cruise control stops at 100% there, so it'll just automatically stop once we reach 100%, and it goes from there. I believe I can change the auto delay. Let's do Z. Is it just Z? There we go. Change the auto delay. Let's put it to 5 for just for 1 second. So what will happen now, or what should happen now, is it should automatically unload into the second half there. It'll stop, unload. It'll hold it there for a second, then unload. There it goes. Perfect. Excellent. So what we're going to do these bales is we don't have any animals yet, so we're just going to pick them up and going to sell them directly, basically. The sell point's right there. Excuse me, the sell point's right there with the red barn there, so that is why we're just going to sell them directly, because it'll be worth our time, basically. I can't see if that's opening or closing. That's a pain. We're missing little bits, but not too much, so I'm not that worried about it. Also, like I mentioned before, I feel like this pickup reel is a little bit smaller than it should be. Meaning, like, the pickup width, I should say. It feels like it's a little bit narrower. Maybe they'll patch it eventually, I don't know. I'm waiting for that time, so we'll see what happens there. Because I find that what will happen is if you're doing it yourself manual, like I'm doing right now, if you're going faster, you're going to miss huge chunks of it. There's our huge little pile at the end there. Excellent. Do a little round baling. I don't normally do round baling. Or do I? I don't know. Could go either way, really. But people were, I remember when this baler first came out, people were asking what's going to happen with this baler. Is it going to wrap the straw bales as well? And as far as I know, it's definitely not common to wrap straw bales. I've heard of some people doing it more for protection than anything else. Like, it wasn't for, it wasn't to, like, you know, ferment them or anything. It was just for protection, so they could be protected from the various things. Meaning the weather, essentially, in this situation. There we go. So that was the reason behind it, at least. So sometimes, usually, why people will wrap bales is obviously because you want to ferment whatever you have on the ground, basically, in a compact way. But unfortunately, not unfortunately, but sometimes it's used for other things as well. Like perhaps when you're wrapping it for wrapping straw for protection, it's probably like, you know, 1 or 2 wraps just to have like a waterproof barrier on it or something. But if you are doing any more, it seems like it would probably be a waste, I imagine. because you don't. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Who knows? I'm no expert, but it's pretty rare, as far as I know, to wrap straw. It's not something you would normally do, but I have heard strange stories of people doing it. So it really comes down to what your particular reasoning is behind it. As you can see, I have all the equipment just sitting there ready to go. This field has in fact already been fertilized as well. So this is the last step before everything gets ready to go. I feel like I probably should have used a smaller tractor. This is a humongous tractor for this baler, because this is a 280 horsepower tractor. Maybe something in the 200 horsepower range probably would have been fine as well. Honestly, I just wanted to use a red tractor with the red baler. That was the main reason why there. Because I could have used the John Deere, the little small 150 horsepower John Deere, but I just thought this looked better together. Alright, not too bad. Also, this is how, if this is me driving without having the cruise control, this is how I end up driving. And I end up missing huge chunks, which is why I'm driving so slowly. And I'm missing little bits there, apparently. But one of the ways you can bale like this is, you know, go full speed until you hear the buzzer, and then put your cruise control on so it slows down. That's one way I've done it, at least. But you definitely miss a little bit more, but, you know, it's straw, so what are you really missing in this situation? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'll set this guy up so he just continues with course plays. Where is it? This one right here. And then I'm going to grab this guy right here and bring him up, because we're going to need to collect those bales, and I'd rather get the show on the road. So as you can see, I have the pickup truck on this trailer. Now, pulling this trailer empty, I think this truck would have no problem. But if it were full of bales, I think it would have a huge problem, honestly. Because this trailer would be super, super heavy, like, because it takes 30 bales. And now that's straw, mind you, it's not silage. So if it were silage, then it would definitely have a huge problem. But just straw, maybe not so much. You know what I should do? Is, did I save that course? I don't think I did. Oh, it was that one. Okay. Let me just save this course real quick. This is main farm to what was it going to? F27. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't mess up. It did last time for whatever reason. And we want this to go to main farm 227. There we go. And nearest point. Excellent. Oh, it's doing its little backup thing. Where do I have it set to? Turn on the field? Okay, that's why it's doing that way. There's more than one way to do this, really. Like, some people, it's like, this is how fast you should be going. But then, as you can see, course play is a lot better at slowing down than I am. Anyways, let's take over again. Wait for that truck to come out here. But I don't know. It's one of those weird things where you can go either way. Like, sometimes it's nice to do it yourself. Sometimes it's nice to have course play. I like to switch between the two sometimes for whatever reason, because on the one hand I want to do, like, you know, some of it but not all of it. It just depends. There we go. Back up a little bit. It'd be interesting to see if we can find if they do bring out a baler with a preload chamber, but I'm guessing maybe because the Krone Ultima was a preload chamber style. Basically all it means is that you didn't need to stop. You could just continually go forward, and that was the cool part about it. So you wouldn't have to worry about it running out or basically stopping in the field. You could just continue. So it would be more like a square baler. But that's the way it works. Now where's that semi truck? Pickup truck. Totally missing a bit there. There we go. Get this all baled up. Now I don't think you'll make very much money from, well, probably not from this, but on it, how much would it be? 100, 200 maybe? Not much. Not much if I'm honest. It would be, I don't know, we're gonna find out in a second. That truck's almost here. There we go. I don't know, yeah, it probably wouldn't be, it's not gonna be very much. I don't know. Let's see. Let that go back to what he was doing. This guy's almost done, good. So for transporting this trailer there, the truck works marvelously because it goes so fast. But to pick up the bales, it works well too. Honestly, like it's not that crazy. It's farm sim, so you can do basically anything. But I'm going to use the tractor instead, just because I think it makes more sense. Even though I don't really need to with this trailer. The weight isn't really a factor at all in this game, so. There we go. Let's pick up some of these bales here. Let's see how much we get. Wonder how much it's going to be per bale. Because for silage bales, it's like, how much is it? I think it's like 2,000-3,000, I think, per silage bale. This is uneasy, so maybe this would be worth a couple hundred. Somewhere in that neck of the woods. Also, the reason why I want to get this off the field as quick as possible is because I have the other tractors just waiting there, just to get this rolling. And if I don't pick these up now, the tractor's going to sit there idle. Which is not cost efficient for me. Because a not working tractor is a tractor that's costing you money. At least in my opinion. There we go, there's that one. Let's get these right here, like so. Alright. That should be enough. Let's grab this guy right here. Get him working away. This is field 27. There we go. Do I not have one for this? Apparently I don't. Didn't make a. Oh, there it is. Maybe I don't know why I named it like that, but I definitely did. And turn off field deactivated. There we go. There we go. Let that tractor do its thing. We'll finish collecting these bales up here. Luckily, we were able to catch up, so we're getting. Looks like we're gonna get almost 30 bales out of this field. It's not too bad. For a small field, 30 bales in real life is quite a bit. Well, depending on how big your operation is, I guess. It may be huge for some people and not so big for other people, so. Like I said, just want to get these off the field the fastest possible, because the faster I get these off the field, the faster I can. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. That's totally going to get in his way if I don't catch it. I'm actually going to get more than 30 out of this. There we go. Alright. Let's put this, take this out of work mode, come into here, just unload, see how much money we make. Oh, 500 per bale? That's a little bit more than I thought we were going to get. Okay. That's a lot more than I thought we were going to get, honestly. Wow. 500 per bale. That's craziness. Now, alternatively, you can have this set up so, right now I have it set up so it's just baling, but you could have the same course. So like that tractor right there, you could have that same course, pick up the straw in bulk and unload it in bulk there directly, which would be kind of interesting, actually. Alright, let's collect this up. Also, the sprayer, while it is awesome, it is super slow. I didn't realize how slow it was. Like, even though it's 36 meters, it still feels like it takes forever to do a field. But I like it still, so I'm sticking with it for the time being. The more fields I get, I may change out to the toe behind sprayer, or spreader I should say, because with that I can increase the width up to 50 meters, which is just madness, honestly. Nice. Get all the field work done in the field. Get all the field work done in the field. Wow. Get all the field work done, and then we'll be able to plant something here. So far I have planted canola in 32. Number 1 I planted wheat, yes. And in this field right here, field 27, I don't know, maybe soybeans? Something like that. So I'm thinking at least. Also, having this guy turn outside the field makes a big difference. Oops. Because he was less likely to make the mistake. Because the problem is with that particular setup, if you're not careful, he'll do circles, basically. Which is the downfall of that particular implement / combination. I don't know. But also, there's another. I think I showed this to you guys before. There's also another feature in here that I didn't notice, but there's a plow past field edge. So you notice that it's going just a little bit past the edge, and because of that, it's actually getting, it's not leaving anything, which is pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. And that tractor is super loud. There we go. Got 2 passes left. 2 passes left to do. Left. Wow. Apparently it's early. I've started decreasing my coffee amount in the morning, just as an experiment, essentially. So I started like originally I was drinking like 2.5, 3 cups of coffee in the morning before work. Roughly, I'd say 2.5 is probably on average. So the last week or so I decreased it down to 1 cup, and today I only had half a cup. So eventually I'll get down to no coffee in the morning. I'll just have coffee on the weekends or something. It's more of an experiment to see how my body reacts. Because with coffee, of course, you get physically addicted to it. For me, specifically, what happens is I get huge headaches if I don't have coffee. So I'm taking it out of the mix to see how my body reacts to no coffee. So that's the experiment, at least for me. I wonder if that's 36 meters wide. Probably. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it is perfect. I don't need this course. Let's do it manually right now. 36, 35.9. Sure, that works too. Alright, let's shift this course over. Put some fertilizer down. Change the offset to 0. Oh, there it goes, 36. And shift. There we go. Close course play. So this is round 2 of fertilizer. So this is the speed at which this thing moves. 12 kilometers an hour. It feels so painstakingly slow. Like, the funny thing is, like, if you compare this to the spreaders go like double the speed almost. It's just silly. It feels just so slow. But it's 36 meters wide, so I guess, I don't know, give and take. Here's a question for you. Do you use sprayers? Or do you stick to the spreaders just because of the speed alone? I've rarely used the spreaders or sprayers just because of this. So like often I'll just hire Courseplay and let Courseplay do it all just because I don't want to spend the time. Because it feels like This is a small field, and this already feels way too long, to me at least. So, I don't know if you feel the same way. Leave me a comment below if you feel the same way with sprayers. Although there are a couple sprayers out there now, I think modded sprayers, that are faster. So like upwards of 20 kilometers an hour, which is probably more, I don't know. I'm not sure what the actual working speed on a real sprayer is. I'm assuming it's faster than 12 kph, but maybe it's not. Alright, let's turn here. There we go. I don't care if I miss the little bits there, it's fine. Alright, let's hop back into this tractor and finish up this little bit here. Got just a few more bales to pick up. 1, 2, 3, 4 looks like. And then the John Deere can finish up the field, and we're good to go. It doesn't take very long with that huge plow. So technically I should be cultivating. In real life you would cultivate after this, but in the game I have not been. Here's a question for you. Do you think I should be cultivating after this? Or would you prefer it, I guess? I know some people are, it's funny, there's different opinions on it. Some people are like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything in the game. And some people are like, yeah, you definitely should. Depends whether you want to take the take a realism side or not. Is he gonna get stuck on that? I can't remember if you can drive through these. Thought you could. No, he's totally. That's bizarre. He was able to go like almost all the way around that, but he got stuck. Alright, 1 second. Let's grab this. Sell these up before I forget about it. There we go. And that's the last of the bales there. Let's grab this guy. Gotta love those poles. Wow, look, I don't know, how did it get like in the middle there? That's what I don't understand. I don't know, but it got there, so. I guess because like only parts of this tractor are collidable, I guess. That's my only assumption here. Is that going to clear it finally? Yes, apparently it is. Not going to hit that tree? No, we're good. Alright. Here we go. Nearest. There we go. Finish up the rest of the field there. Sweet. Anyways, folks, it appears I'm running out of space on my my hard drive, so I'm going to end the video there for the time being. My name is Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Small Town USA. Catch you guys later.